Good afternoon and welcome to the show. Today in the studio I have a very special guest with me, Caroline Doyle, a crisis pregnancy counsellor in the Irish Family Planning Association. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Why did you get into counselling?
Well, about 14 years ago I did a counselling skills course and I learned a lot, and then I went on to do a reality therapy course, which I found helped me in my own life. I wanted to bring these skills to other people. I find counselling is all about change and to give the client space and the skills to change if they want to. I then went on to do a diploma course in the Tivoli, which I found very difficult but really did enjoy it.
How or who did you find out about the Irish Family Planning Association?
Well, I just finished my diploma course in Tivoli, and I have a very good friend who I did another counselling course with called Marion, who worked in the IFPA, and she recommended me, and I've now been there 3 years.
When did the IFPA start?
In 1969. It was founded to change social and legal environments so that family planning and information service were available to everybody. What we do in the FPA is women's health and family planning. The IFPA was the first organisation to offer family planning, and contraceptive, pregnancy counselling, which I'm involved with, and also medical training. We do medical training for doctors and nurses, and we do education services, going to women's groups and youth groups and explaining about contraceptives.
Is the IFPA connected with any other counselling or organisations toward crisis pregnancy?
Yeah, we're all under one umbrella, and it's called the Options. I'm sure you might have seen it on buses. It's called Positive Options, and there's loads of other counselling services there, and we are under that umbrella.
I have some leaflets here with me from Options, and also from How Do I Choose the Best Contraception for Me. As I'll repeat at the end of the show, the contact details for IFPA are main company. Their free phone is 850 49 5051, and I'll repeat those details at the end of the show. What would you say would be the youngest client you've ever got?
The youngest is 14, but most of my clients would be around the 16 to 26 range.
Just in case some of our listeners aren't sure what exactly crisis pregnancy is, could you explain what it is?
Right. Crisis pregnancy is when a client is faced with an unplanned pregnancy and find it hard to make a decision what to do. What I do is offer choices, and the 3 choices I offer is adoption, keep your baby, or end the pregnancy, which means having a termination. We explore how the client feels about being pregnant, what the plans for the future. We look at thoughts, values, beliefs about the different choices, and we then help the client explore that choice and clarify their feelings. What I do provide is a safe and completely confidential space for anybody who needs to explore their feelings around the crisis pregnancies. All, as I say, options are given, and information is also given about the 3 options.
Around how many would you say clients would you see a week?
I was seeing 13, but my role has now changed, so I'm only counselling 2 days a week and doing admin, so I'm only seeing 8 clients at the moment.
And just to wrap up the show, before I wrap up the show, what is your opinion on crisis pregnancy in Ireland today?
Well, I feel there should be a lot more information and people going out to schools talking about contraceptions, and then there will be less pregnancies. Also, I feel a lot of teenagers need more information on the diseases you can get if you don't choose protection, and then there wouldn't be so much crisis pregnancy in Ireland.
Thank you very much for your time.
That's fine.
Just in case you missed the detail for the IFPA phone number is 1850 49 5051. Good night.
Destination Charts. Music.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to White Light Live with Darren Doyle on Dublin's Dark Light FM. Coming up on this morning's show, we will hear from an employee of Dunleary Motorworks, Derek Methaway, about why he got into mechanics. But first, here's Linkin Park with What I've Done from their latest album, Minutes to Midnight, on the White Light Live. That was Linkin Park with What I've Done on Dark Light FM. Now it's time for the interview I mentioned at the start of the show. This is what Derek Methway, the employee of Dún Laoghaire Motorworks, told me. I'm here this afternoon with
Derek Methway.
How are you this afternoon?
Very good.
Why did you get into mechanics?
Always been a fan of cars ever since I was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old maybe, but always been a big fan of sports cars. Owned a few sports cars and just loved working on them. So,
Do you have any contacts before you got in here, or did you just start from scratch?
I knew Derek and Alan and the lads. They done some work on my own car and learnt a lot off them, and your dad of course, Eddie. So yeah, just pretty much that way.
Did you know before you came here that, as I call him, and my dad calls him, Jumbo was in the Formula 1?
No, I didn't. Didn't have a clue.
So, if someone, say Joe Blow, wanted to get into mechanics, would he have to go do it during second skill, or could he go straight from third year into the apprenticeship, or would it be better off going to college?
Ideally, what most people are doing nowadays is finishing their secondary skill training and getting into apprenticeships. Then there still is few people doing junior certification and going in from there. But most people do finish the secondary skill stuff.
So was that the way you went into this?
No, I left after my junior.
Right. So you went straight into Dún Laoghaire Motorworks, or did you work somewhere else?
No, I didn't. I actually done chefing for a while, and then just kind of odd jobs here and there, and then got into mechanics then,
So you went. Why you decide to go into chefing first for this?
I don't know. Liked working with food as well. Then I guess so. I wanted to give that a shot, and I started working on cars during doing that, so.
As everyone's going to hear now, you mentioned my dad, and I was just wondering, how did you come around knowing about my dad?
My car I got in from Japan broke down, and someone put me in touch with your dad.
The usual Masterworks 7s. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this.
No problem.
Dark Light FM. Best station in charts. Music. Host DJ Door.
I'd like to thank Derek Methway from Dún Laoghaire Motorworks for allowing me to interview him. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you today on the White Light Live. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will talk to you again tomorrow from 3, where we will have an interview with Derek Lowry, Principal of New Park Comprehensive School, Blackrock, about the upcoming new school, only here on the White Light Live.
Music.